Welcome to video 22, Graphing a Linear Inequality. Our learning target is just graphing. I can graph a linear inequality in two variables. So it's not a number line anymore. It's going to be a graph. You're also going to be able to pick the inequality that goes with the graph. Thank you for listening. Thank you for writing all the notes down in the margins, and also for watching some GMM being done for you. The first thing that I want you to notice is that you have an inequality. It looks like an equation, and here it is, and we're going to graph it on this grid. And the first thing I need you to do is to decide the kind of line. So if you could write that, it's really the first thing. So if you could just write that in, the rest of the notes are just going to be graphing. And this one is going to be dotted because it is not equal. That symbol, so when you click in GMM, it will click to a dotted line here. So this symbol doesn't have a line under it. So it's like an open circle concept, and you are not going to have any part of that line is going to be a part of the answer. Everything greater than that line will be an answer though. So that's the first thing you do. And then you are going to graph the first point, which is the y-intercept. And so the y-intercept in our case here is always the number by itself, and that's what it says in your notes as a reminder. And so we're going to put a point. I'm putting a nice big point here at 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, at number 4 on the y-axis. You're going to then use the slope to rise and run to another point. We only need 2 points, all right, for a line. And so I'm going to rise and run whatever this is telling me to do. And you guys have done this before, but I'm going to write myself a short little note here that I rise 1 and I run 3. So I'm going to use my next point, right, and I'm going to rise 1 and I'm going to run 3. And in GMM, when you click that second point, it will automatically give you the dotted line through those 2 points. We have to hand drill that in though. All right? And so the points will be connected. So step 3 is it's automatically done. Now the last step, we need to shade not just that line, but all the points that are greater than that line. And here's my advice for you. Number 1, you're going to click shade here. All right, I just want you to remember that. So you can write it down here in your notes, but you will click it there. You'll change over from the line. And in this case, we read it, y is greater than. So for greater than, if you could highlight or underline this, you shade the y values bigger. And so I'm looking, here's the y-axis, people. Where are the y's, any point, any place on this y-axis, greater or bigger than the line? And it's up here. And so technically, it's all the points above that line. And that's how I decide, because I'm looking for all the y values. And you are done. You'll hit click, and it will take it. All right? Let's do one more, and then I'll show you some examples. Not a lot of writing, a lot of listening today and thinking about this. So here is our next inequality, linear inequality, because it's a line. And so again, write yourself a note. We decide the kind of line it is first. And because it says y is less than or equal to, we're going to keep this a solid line. We don't have to do anything to it. It's a solid equal to line. So make sure you at least write this part, solid equal to line. All right? And then we're going to graph it. Our first point is always the y-intercept. And so I'm going to double. I'm going to put a little line under here. Now this is a -2. Y-intercept, so I go on my y-axis. I even labeled mine x and y here, and I'm putting a point clearly at -2. And then I'm going to use the slope, the rise and the run, and so this is here, the -2, another -2, all right, but I'm going to use that to get to the next point, and I don't just go down, and you guys are really good at this. That would be an undefined slope. I need a -2 slope, so just write yourself a little note about this. You probably would just think it through quickly when you're graphing, but we're going to rise a -2, which is really dropping, and we're going to run 1, which really makes sense. So I'm going to go down 2 and over 1. That's a -2 slope, right? It's cutting through 2 blocks, right? And so when you do that, the program will automatically draw your solid line in when you hit that second point, right? But you're going to hand draw it in. And then again, you have to toggle over to shade, all right? And so you'll click shade so that you'll shade it. And if you don't like your graph, you have to go back to toggle to line, all right? And again, this one is less than or equal to, all right? So we're going to shade the y values less than the line. So I take a look and I just look at the y values. Where are the y's? Because that's what it's telling me. Y. Where are the y's? So I look for the y-axis. Where's the y? And these are all the y values of the points, if you want to be specific. And the y is less than the line. The y values are less than there. So I will shade here. And when you click shade, it will automatically shade that spot for you. It's very nice, actually. All right, so put your pencil down here for a minute. Just listen, please. All right, and take a look. I think I'll try 2 problems with you really quickly. Here's some GMM. This is the teacher version. I wanted you to see it as being done. So I have the line, and I have to do these steps over here. Decide the line. It is a less than, so I need to toggle that to dotted. See, I just click it. And then, oh my goodness, there's nothing added on. So remember that my y-intercept is 0 if nothing's being added on. I click that in place. And this slope is rise of -2, run 3. So down 2 and over 3. 1, 2, 3. Down 2, over 3. And it will automatically put in a line for me. And then I have to toggle to shading. And I'm going to shade, where is the y, where are all the y values, less than, so all the points that have y values are less than the line. These y values are great. They keep going up, so my y values that are less than the line are down here. And I should get that right. Yes, I'm going to try one more here for you. Let's see if I can do maybe a greater than or equal to. Let's do, give me one sec. Let's do this one. All right, so this one is a greater than or equal to. It's already set at line. I don't have to toggle to array or anything. It's greater than or equal to, so I leave this a solid line. And I'm going to start at -3. All right, check that off. Now I have to rise and run. What's the value with an x? The value is a 1. And so I'm going to rise 1 and run 1. And it will automatically put that line in for me. And now I toggle to shading. And I'm going to shade all the y values greater than or equal to this line. So where are the y's greater? Where are the y values going up? There they are, those points. That's all those points there are greater. So I'm going to shade above. And there we go. So that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to ask you to do some multiple choice. So go to the next things, all right? And I'm going to ask you for some advice here. My advice for you is to just listen to this number 3 and then write the answer. So I'll talk kind of quickly, pause, and then write the little bits of advice. You won't be doing any writing when you do these problems. You're just going to be being logical and kind of eliminating answers, all right? So number 3. It says, which of the following inequalities is represented by this graph? And so I look at the line, people, and I say to myself, I see a dotted line and above. You need to talk to yourself about that. What do I see? Dotted line and above. And you guys are getting really good at observing, doing all those different opener activities about which one doesn't belong, and the slow reveal graphs. So thank you for listening in class. So dotted line and above. And so what symbol do I need? I need a greater than, just the greater than symbol. That's what you should be picturing in your head, greater than symbol. And so what can I get rid of, right? I can get rid of the less than symbols. Bye-bye less than symbol. All right, so that's one of them. It's not less than. And greater than, it's not equal to, so I can get rid of that one. So I just need it greater than symbols. So then the question is, which one do I pick? All right, and I pick, it's a horizontal line. Remember, a 0 slope is a y line. It cuts through the y-axis. And so those are my y. And so my answer is definitely going to be this one. All right. So now pause and maybe write your notes down. Thank you. I know sometimes we don't listen as we're writing. And so thank you for doing that. All right, number 4, after you've paused. Just take a listen to this and then write the notes down. I'm going to try to talk quickly so then you can just write. Which of the following is represented? And so I say to myself, what do I see? I see a solid line and I see all the y's above this, so solid and above. So what symbol do I need? I need greater or equal to. I need greater or equal to. That's the one I'm going to picture in my head. Greater than or equal to. And so what can I eliminate? Well, goodbye, greater than or equal to. That's a less than, and that's a less than. Usually visually, you can take away at least two of them, all right? So now I see that these are almost exactly alike. They both start at 20 even. And so I need to decide, is it a 4 slope or is it a 2 slope, all right? And this is a little tricky because it's got a different scale. So you might just grab your calculator. And so I'm gonna just take a look at this. I think this is just one of the most difficult ones here. I'm starting here, and where's another point I can easily see? Right here. So I'm gonna say that it is up. How many is that? Up how many and over how many? That's up. Oh, it's going by tens here. 10, 20, 30, 40. So these are going by tens. This is a 40 slope. Up 40 and over how many? And I have to look at the scale. These are only going, if it goes from this line over, that is a line of 10. All right. So a run of 10. And so really that is 40 over 10 and my slope is 4, right? And so which one is it? I had to find my rise and my run. And so that is, my answer is this first one right here. Now I'm also looking at, I'm going to draw it in blue here. I could have seen this rise and run right here. I'm going to color in this triangle here. That's a rise of 20 and a rise of, 20 and a run of 5 as well. All right. So thank you for it. Pause and write your notes down. These you won't have any writing when you do them, actually. And here are 2 easier ones. All right. So take a look. Now, what am I looking at? I'm looking at a solid line and lower or left, right? And so what does that mean to me? Solid and left means I need to have a line in my symbol and I need it to be pointing left. So I need a less than or equal to, and so Turner, let's get that symbol correct here. Less than or equal to, less than or equal to, all right? And so I need that symbol. And so I need less than or equal to, well, that's not less than or equal to. And I see I have a bunch of less than or equal tos, but this is a vertical line. It's cutting through the x-axis. I know that's an undefined, that's an x line, and so I can get rid of this. And it's really hitting at -1, and so my answer is this one. All right? So write those notes down, pause and write those notes down. Thank you. And last one. And this one, you'll catch these. These are so easy. If you look at this line, look at, I see, let's look first. It's a solid line and all the y's are under. So it is solid and below. That's what you say to yourself first. So what symbol do I need? I need a line in my symbol and I need it to be pointing lower or left. So lower or left. So we need less than or equal to. Look at that. I have this one wrong. Let me fix this before you write it down. All right, less than or equal to. Going left, all right? And so if you notice, every single one of these has the same y-intercept. It has the same slope. It's just about the symbols. And so which one am I looking for? I'm looking for just less than or equal to, and my answer is this first one right here. It's a less than or equal to, lower than or equal to. Thank you for listening. Take a moment and write all the notes down. Not a lot of work is going to be shown on these. You're really just using your notes to graph. Thank you so much.